Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Big Things Kentucky. Here we are at the final regular season week of the season, ladies and gentlemen. All right, y'all. This week, Coach Bew is out, so I'm going to handle this show by myself. First things first, we want to bring on our Big Things Kentucky Wing King Player of the Week.
How y'all doing? This is Thomas Williams from Wing King. I'm here to present this week's Big Things Kentucky Wing King Player of the Week. And this week's player is...
With the chickens like Popeye.
Alright, make sure you come on down, see us at Wing King, 101 West Loudon Ave at the Greyline Station. Come get your free 6-piece starter meal on us.
Congratulations, young man. Keep doing big things. We got a lot going on this week. But we got a special guest picker coming on from PrepSpin's and former coach here in the Lexington area, Coach Meighan. All right, y'all, our special guest this week, guest picker, is none other than Coach Meighan. Coach, man, tell us a little bit about yourself, Coach.
Well, I'm glad to be here with you. I've followed your program and what you guys do for a long time. I'm a North End guy. I've always been a North End guy.
Yes, sir.
Coached at Bryan Station for 19 years as an assistant.
Okay.
I was head coach at Dunbar for 11 years. Okay. And then I was an assistant coach at Lexington Christian for 4 years. I love the North End. My wife and I and my family have lived here for 40 years. And I'm happy to be here, and I'm especially happy to be with you.
Also, you do PrepSpin. You know, we want to give a shout out to William Warfield, PrepSpin, you and Coach Ball. Y'all do that. How has that been for you, Coach?
It's great. It's wonderful. It's like you do. Mm-hmm. We really want to support high school sports, especially football for me. Mm-hmm. I think these kids work so hard. Their coaches work real hard. And back in the day, it used to be on the radio, on Friday night games and so on. Well, all the high school team media dropped those things. So the only thing left really are a few outfits, yours and mine, with PrepSpin, William Warfield, King of Stream, and Gary Ball, of course. He's wonderful what he does.
Yes.
He does the play-by-play. I do some of the color commentary and so on. But yeah, it's been going really well. I like it. I think it's fun to keep involved with the programs and with football especially, and I'm just glad to be helping out.
All right, Coach. Now, you say North End. I guess you kind of got, where's your heart at with this whole Douglas Bryan Station thing? How you feel about that?
Okay. I'm glad you asked me that.
Yes, sir.
So, in order not to get too political.
I was going to say now, yes.
Yeah. First of all, I got to say that I really like Coach McPeak over there. I think he has the right idea. He does the right things. I don't like the fact that when, as your guest mentioned, I think it was last week, by the way, those guys had me cracking up. And I'm an old Irish Catholic, a little older than them, but the humor, the preacher, the things like that, it just cracked me up the whole time. Those guys were really good, really good. But I think that when, like they said, quoting them, when Douglas came into being, the rest of the city fell off. So that's because Douglas, in their program, got a lot of those kids from all those schools. Now, I will say this, not that I'm not coaching, I don't have to compete against them.
Yeah.
They're doing the right thing over there.
Yes.
I mean, those kids get discipline, they have to dress up for school, they get tutoring. And I think for a lot of those kids, that's very, very important. So let's just leave it at that.
All right, Coach. Well, we're going to bring you on to help us pick this week. Coach Bew wasn't able to make it, but he sent his picks in. By the way, I'm closing in on them. All right, Coach. Well, we're going to get to it real quick. This week, it's the end of the season. I know you coach, so you kind of know. A lot of times, you kind of got, I think, one or two different type of games. You either have one, you're kind of resting, making sure you're getting ready for the playoffs, or two, you're kind of like fine-tuning, you know, and making sure everything's in place. As a coach, when you coach, how did you take these end-of-the-season games?
Okay, well, we dealt with it like a butcher and a surgeon. There were certain teams where you really had to compete and you wanted to show your stuff because you want your kids to compete at a high level, getting ready for the playoffs against a team that's really good. And you wanted to go in there and just fight, everybody do the right thing and so on. Then there were teams like they were not very good. They were at the latter part of your schedule. You were a little nervous about getting kids hurt. So I would always tell my kids, this is going to be a surging game. We're going to go slice and dice and get out of there.
Okay.
Get on the bus, get out of there as fast as we can, heal up, get ready for the next round.
All right, Coach. All right. Well, this week, here we go. Up first, we got 0-9 Berea taking on 3-6 Clinton County. Berea's had a rough go at it. I know one thing, 1A, small school, they've been having a big numbers problem, retooling with a new coach, new regime. Do you see Berea getting their first win this week, Coach?
Well, Clinton County's down there by Tennessee, and I know where it is. I've never been there. I've never seen a game down there. I know they have about 9,000 people in the whole county, so it's a pretty small county. It's Albany, by the way. And by the way, I think, and I'm not sure about this, but I think there's still a dry county. One of the very few dry counties left in the state. So I don't think Clinton County. I think they're going to have to be going over the border to Tennessee to buy some bourbon after this game, because I think Berea is not very strong. I think that Clinton County will win that game.
Okay, yeah, I think we all agree. Clinton County will take this one. Up next, we got another team that's kind of retooling. We got a new coach, Coach Barreline, taking over for Bourbon County. They're 2-7 on the season, taking on 4-5 Estill County. Do you see Bourbon County getting another win this one?
Engineers, I'm going to have to go with Estill in that game.
Yeah, I think I agree, Estill County. All right, up next, we got 0-9 Henry Clay taking on 7-2 Southwestern. I think this might be a surging game for Southwestern as they go in, just slice and dice and get out.
Yeah, I think so. I like Coach Gay over there.
Yes.
I met him. I've known him for a little bit. Talked to him before the season. He's trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
But he really has a lot of parts to put together,
Yeah.
Coach Truck, in order to get things going. He really has a lot of work to do. I think he will be successful, but not in this game.
I'm going to take Southwestern on that one too, Coach. Okay, up next, we got 6-3 Collins taking on 1-8 Great Crossings High School. Great Crossings coming on to 6A this season. They're in that Northern Kentucky district. It's kind of been a baptism, as far as, Northern Kentucky, they love their football. They've been going strong. Collins, they've got the younger Gooding has been doing big things for them, putting up big numbers. Do you see Great Crossings giving Collins much of a test this week?
Coach Lucas over there at Collins, I think he just got his 100th win. I think he's getting 101.
Okay, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, I think so. Coach Boland, he's got a lot of young kids. Look for Great Crossings to improve as it goes on. All right, up next, we got, this one might be another surging game. 9-0 Franklin County. I think a surprising 9-0 out of Franklin County, taking on 4-5 GRC. GRC had a tough loss last week, but Franklin County, Coach James, I think they back hitting on all cylinders. Look for them to be a contender in the playoffs for a spot at Kroger Field this season.
They came from nowhere.
Yes.
A few years back, running a wide open offense, throwing the ball all over the field, doing things, just doing everything right offensively. But I think this year their defense is something that's really been strong. So I'm going to pick Franklin County. I think the only negative thing is it's hard to play at Clark County. It's hard to go down there and win. But I think it'll be closer than people think. But yes, I'll pick Franklin County.
All right, Franklin County for me as well. All right, Coach. Now, 6-3 West Jessamine and 6-3 Taste Creek. I think this one should be very interesting. I know William Warfield, his heart is in Jessamine County. He loves Jessamine County. The Colts having a great season. Coach Marsh has really seemed to got that program turned around and going in a great direction. Same thing for Coach Hawks. How you see this game playing out, Coach?
Ooh, boy. Coach Hawks, well, first of all, they've got some speed on the team. Coach Hawks is a track coach.
Yes.
But I bet he can still outrun everybody on that team. that man is still in shape.
Yes.
Now, he's another guy. I'm gonna make his statement, too. Lexington went many, many years without a black head coach. And now they've got 3, I think, that are excellent people and excellent coaches. And I'm really proud of that. I think that is really a great move, a wonderful step forward in this city. Now, the football has to catch up with that.
Yes.
And the skill level has to catch up with that and so on. But I think Tate's Creek they've got 6 wins, and I think.
And a district championship.
And a district championship, which I'm sure they really celebrated over there. There's a lot of pride in that program over there. West Jessamine, on the other hand, I think they're good. Mm-hmm. And if you look at the strength of schedule, pretty even, not too bad. I'm going to pick Tate's Creek in that game, but I think it's going to be a game people should keep an eye on.
Yeah, I think this one will be a good one. I'm going to go with Tate's Creek as well on this one. All right, up next, Coach, we got 5-4. Madison Southern just won the district championship, taking on 5-4 Whitley County. Now, Coach Payne has done a great job with this program. We interviewed him. Be sure to check that out, talking about his success and what he's done in the second year with this program. How you see this one playing out, Coach? I might have to go with you on this one, Coach, because I'm not quite sure.
Matt Reimer over there at Whitley County, he used to be the head coach at University of Cumberland. So he knows his football. He has stepped up and knows his football. Madison Southern, I think they're good. I think they're a good football team. I do believe Whitley, though, it's very difficult to go down there and play.
Okay.
I mean, really difficult.
That's one of them you get off the bus down 7.
You got to. That's right. Well, I think it's Williamsburg, or it's one of those counties that's it's in Whitley County and in another county or something.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. They like Corbin. Corbin has like 2 or 3 different counties that it's associated with. I'm going to go with Whitley on that one.
All right, Coach. I think I'm going to follow you on that one, Whitley County. Even though Madison Southern, I want to apologize to y'all last week. They said they used me as motivation, Coach.
No, they did. Oh, right.
Yeah. So I want to apologize. Congratulations on that district championship. But I'm going to go Whitley County as well. Maybe it's a motivational pick. All right, Coach. Up next we got, now this one I think is going to be a good game. 5-4 Central Hardin taking on 6-3 Bryan Station. Bryan Station got back to their winning ways after the loss to Douglas. Now they're looking to get ready, primed for the playoffs. I think Bryan Station is one of those teams, and 6A is wide open, that could really make some noise. They showed something against Douglas that they can compete. Do you see them having a problem with this hard-charging Central Hardin team?
Okay, now look, Bryan Station showed that they could compete against Douglas, but Central Hardin hung with Manual out of Louisville. Manual's a really good football team this year. And I think this is a toss-up to me. I think this is going to be a really, really good game. They're playing at Bryan Station. I think that gives them a little bit of an edge on this one. Both teams are strong. Bryan Station depends on speed. Manual had a lot of speed, and Central Hardin hung with them too. But I tell you what, I'm an old Bryan Station guy. I've coached over there many, many years, and I still support the program over there when I can, so I'm going to go with Bryan Station.
I'm pretty sure Bu's picking Bryan Station. I feel like this might be a week for me to get a win. I'm going to take Central Hardin for the upset, y'all. Let's go Central Hardin. I may regret that one, Coach. I'm trying to pick up wins when I can. All right, this is another one. 2-7, Lafayette taking on 1-6 East Jasmine. Now, East Jasmine has been struggling. My Jaguars, I've been wanting to pull my calls out. Lafayette, 2 wins has been a vast improvement over where they've been. Coach Lawson seems to have that program kind of going in the right direction.
So yeah, I like John too. I think John is a really good coach too, and I think he has got experience. He's been around for a while.
Yes.
And so I think he knows when you get these games toward the end of the season, I think he knows how to play his cards right. And they deserve another win, and I think they're going to get another win in this game.
You think so? I think Lafayette will get a win too. Let's go Generals. I know a lot of people say I pick against y'all, but I'm riding with you, Generals. All right, Coach. Now this one here, I think this may be another one of those surging games. We got 6-3 Ludlow taking on 8-1 Paris. Paris is having a phenomenal season. Shout out to Coach Taquan Rice for what they've done there as they get ready for a playoff run, which could be very interesting to watch the Paris Greyhounds this season in the playoffs. How you feeling about this one, Coach?
Have you ever been to Ludlow?
I have not.
I don't think anybody has. No, I went scouting one time in Ludlow. It's down by the river up there in Cincinnati. And all I remember is that there were 1 million mosquitoes attacked us while we were there.
Wow.
So we had to leave early. But I think that Paris, Coach Rice, I think turn this thing completely around over there. I think they've got a wonderful attitude. The key is injuries. If he's healthy right now, he needs to stay healthy for the playoffs because there's such a small number of players on that team. And everybody's important. Every single person on the Paris team is important. The people that are holding the dummies, the people that are on the scout teams, you're just as important as the starters when you get to the playoffs because you got to get everybody ready. So good luck to Paris, and I'm picking Paris.
Yes, sir. I'm going with the Greyhounds, too. Another 1A team. We got 3-6 Bethlehem taking on 9-0 Sayre. Sayre looking to complete an undefeated season under Coach Pennington. They've got their first district championship. Be sure to check out our interview with Coach Pennington talking about that. Coach, man, this Sayre Spartans team has really been on fire this season.
Yeah, they've got a very experienced head coach, played for the Jets, but I think he's settled down with the coaching. He's done a great job. Cool hand Luke at quarterback.
Yes.
I'm telling you what, he's as cool as can be. Great team. They have great receivers, wonderful defense, super attitude over there. Wonderful new facility out there off of Athens Bootsboro Road there. I don't think there's much of a game here. I think the Spartans should win this game going away. Probably a running clock.
Yeah, 10-0 on the season. Let's go Spartans. It's going to be great watching them in the playoffs, too. All right, Coach. Now we got, I know you're familiar with these guys, 8-1 LCA at 7-2 Raceland. This may be across the state, maybe one of the game of the week.
This would be a fun game. I wish I could make it. Let me tell you something about Raceland. We went up there and played when I was coaching at LCA. Their concession stand has the best pork chop sandwich I have ever seen.
Oh, Coach, you done something to me.
They're about that thick, about that big. They smile when they hand it to you, and they smile when they beat you, too. So you got to watch them up. It's hard to play up there. I mean, It really is. It's a small town, and everybody will turn out. I mean, tell you, everybody will be there.
This is going to be a huge game.
I think it'll be a huge game. I'm going to pick LCA because I think they have just too much firepower. I don't think you can outscore them, put it that way. Raceland's going to score some points, but I think LCA will win that one.
I agree. LCA, let's go, Coach Doug, Cutter Bowley, and
Hensley.
Brady Hensley. That kid, a lot of people forgot because last year he was hurt at Madison Central, but the year before that, he led 6A in rushing, almost had 2,000 yards. So keep doing big things, Brady.
Well, let me tell you something about that guy. You know, it's like I have grandkids, and my 5-year-old grandkid, he puts together these puzzles. And every once in a while, I'll kind of sneak one piece out and hold it in my hand, and he'll be searching everywhere. Well, that's what LCA was doing. In order to get a state championship, they were searching for a certain piece of a puzzle. Hensley's that piece.
I think you might be right, Coach. I think you might be right. All right, Coach, this is going to be a good one, too. 6-3 Ballard taking on 6-2 Woffo. Coach Dennis Johnson continues building a great program in Woodford County. They're 6-2. They're banged up real bad now. And like you said earlier, I think the loss to Scott County was a kind of baptism by fire with that wing tee. I think it was their first time really dealing with it. And being at the game, you kind of saw a lot of times they were going with the cameraman when the ball was going the other way.
Yeah.
So do you think they bounce back and get things going as they get ready for the playoffs?
Well, you know, they're in that growing pains that some coaches run through. And he's been there. When Dennis first started over there, they did not do well.
At all.
But what he did the right thing, Coach Stark. He went to the elementary schools and he started building the program up. That's what other teams that we know that have done. We'll talk about them in a minute. But that's where you start. That's one of the problems that we have in Fayette County. It's very difficult to go any further. Even if you go to the middle school, a lot of middle schools have 2 different programs that they feed
2, 3, 4, sometimes 3, 4 schools feed out.
And that makes it really tough. So Dennis has still got a ways to go there. He's got to get the kids stronger in the weight room and so on. And if you think about Ballard lost to Bryan Station 28-21. So they can play football, which means they can keep up with the speed of a team. So I'm gonna go against my heart. I don't know Dennis well as I know Derek. I coached with Derek over at LCA. I really like the guy. Congratulations, Derek, on your health issues. You're doing a great job. Big things over there.
Yes, sir.
But I'm going to go ahead and pick Ballard in this game.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Ballard on this one, too. I think the injuries that Woodford's going through right now, they are just really hurt right now. All right, Coach. Up next, and I think this one probably close to you. We got 8-1 Scott County taking on 5-4 Lexington Catholic. You've seen quite a few Catholic games. One thing, I call him Jackson football. That man, Jackson Wasick, is amazing. He has been fun watching him play all season. How do you see the Catholic Knights handling that Scott County wing team?
Well, I agree with you about Wasick, and one thing about him, he's really tough.
Yes.
I mean, they played Corbin, and you know how good Corbin is defensively. Yes. And those two twin defensive ends that committed to Kentucky, they made him like a bologna sandwich several times. I mean, just bam, bam.
Just meet at the quarterback.
And he just jump up and say, "Is that all you got?" You know, that's just how tough he is. They've got Catholic has a really strong offense. I'm a little nervous about their defense. I think their defense is a little shaky at times. A couple of years ago, they were much better, I think, defensively than they are now, but they're still pretty good. That's going to be a tough game for them. I want to say that it's very difficult to play against Scott County because of what they do. I think that they have that wing T is tough because the quarterbacks are magicians and you hide the ball. Like you said, the cameraman's always wrong, or most of the time's wrong. But here's the thing that they do also. They lull you to sleep with that stuff, and then they throw over your head for a touchdown. Just pop it over. Jim McKee is a tremendous coach. Coach McIntyre over there on the defensive side, tremendous coach. Those guys do a great job, and offensive lines are really their strength.
Yes.
You know, when you play against a wing T, first thing you have to do is stop the fullback. You got to stop them. If you stop the fullback, you got a chance. Catholic will stop the fullback because they're big up front, big and strong. The Mackley kid, several other of those guys in there are really tough. That saying, I think I'm gonna bet this one with my heart. I'm gonna bet with Lexington Catholic, but I think Scott County is probably stronger.
Yeah.
I think both teams are going in healthy, right? I think.
Yeah, both teams are pretty healthy.
And both teams are going to be playoff bound.
Yes.
Different classes. Remember that. Everybody remember that now. It's what, 3A and 5A. But I'm going to go with Lexington Catholic. I think they're going to outscore them.
I think I'm going to go with Scott County on this one. Like I say, my man, Coach McKee, I seen him at the beginning of the season. I think he knew. He had a little twinkle in his eye. You know how you just know. And this team is young. Like, most of those kids will be coming back. We might be looking at a state championship team right now in 5A. But we'll see. All right, Coach. Now we got Eastern 3-6 taking on Paul Lawrence Dunbar 3-6. This is for our Mark and Will Big Things Kentucky Cup, where we've kind of been keeping track of the Lexington versus Louisville matchups. Lexington leads right now. Of course, we're going to keep the playoffs until they want to go with the playoffs too. So we'll see how that goes. How are you seeing this one, Coach?
I got a lot to say about this game. Eastern's an academic school. If you look at them, they have a high graduation rate, a high college, putting kids in college. That brings us to Dunbar. Now, I want everybody to understand this, because we talked about Douglas earlier.
Yes.
All right? Just about, I'm not sure about all the schools in Lexington, but all the public schools in Lexington that I know of, they have their own, quote, academy or their own concentration. You know, I think Henry Clay's an engineer school or something. Lafayette's that fine arts or act, you know, that stuff,
STEM,
music,
stuff.
STEM, yeah. And then Frederick Douglass is the academy over there, you know, what they are doing. And then Dunbar has the Math Science Academy. And you talk about brains and talented people.
Yeah.
But those talented, brainy people, they have to study so much, they don't play football.
No.
I had one football player, the 11 years I was there, I had one football player, and I think Wes Johnson said he's had two since he's been there. And so, you know, you have to get what you can from the community there. And it's tough to coach there. I will tell you that. It's really tough to coach there. The reason being, that facility is gorgeous from the outside. If you took a drone and flew over, gorgeous. From the press box or the home side, the scenery over there is wonderful. But that's the only thing they have for practice. So they have to split the field for practice with the soccer team, which has had a great program, by the way. You got the track guys, cross country running around the field. At the same time, you have the cheerleaders practicing in the end zone, the band up on the hill playing, and it's just difficult. I think Wes has done a great job. He's
job.
down a little bit this year. He's got some injuries he had to deal with. And if you don't mind, I'm going to borrow one of your things.
Okay. All right, Coach. Yes, sir. We love it.
Once a Bulldog, always a Bulldog.
Yes, sir. So you going with Dunbar,
I'm going
Coach?
with the Dogs.
You know what? I like the way you talk, Coach, and I like my man, Coach Wes Johnson. Ethan Till's having an amazing season. Shout out to him for what he's doing. You know, it's been a tough time. I'm going to go with Dunbar, too, Coach. I like that, Coach. I appreciate that. And now for our final, our game of the week, probably game of the week for the state. We got 9-0 Boyle County coming here to take on 5-3 Frederick Douglass. Boyle County, some might say, might be the best team in the state this season. Frederick Douglass, this is their first year kind of getting out of that, you know, the playing in the city and national type schedule that Coach McPete talked about. And like he said, he was kind of letting everybody know, you know, it's going to be a little different. And the expectations are different because they're stepping up in weight class now. And they've done an amazing job, 5-3 with that schedule. How you see this game playing out, Coach?
Oh, boy. Well, let's see. Frederick Douglass has played everybody. I mean, they've played teams from out of state.
Yep.
I think they played a couple from out of this solar system. I'm not sure. But they're loaded again. They've got a lot of Division I athletes and so on. Good coaching. Boyle County is not afraid to play anybody.
No.
And they've proved that over the years that they're gonna play up. They're gonna play whatever. They're very strong offensively and defensively. They're very aggressive. I think it's going to be kind of tough going to Douglas and playing. You know, they bring a big crowd and it's a wonderful facility over there and so on. I like Coach McPeak, like I said. I go with everybody else and how Douglas has kind of hurt everybody else with their program, with the way they had to do things in order to get their athletes, which in every sport. But, you know, I understand. Like I said, I support what they're doing with those kids. I'm going to go with Boyle County because I think Boyle County has been there many times. They know how important these games are. And I think that they're going to come ready to go, full speed ready to go. I think Boyle County just has too much defense, and I think Douglas, I think they're, like I said, I'm not too sure that their players aren't thinking about the playoffs already. So.
All right, now this is 1-1. This kind of rubber match. Boyle kind of embarrassed Douglas. We say the first time they played, they came here and put it on them. Douglas went up there and did the same thing, beat them at Boyle. So now we got this rubber match, Coach. Man,
It's a tough one, isn't it?
this is a tough one. All those athletes at Boyle, Frederick Douglass, I think they're a little bigger, maybe a little stronger than Boyle. I'm going on a limb, and I'm going to take my Broncos on this one, Coach.
Okay, I'm going to ask you one thing. Let's do this just for fun. Let's do a prediction to score.
Okay, score. I'm going to say, like 28-24 Douglas.
That's pretty good.
Something like that.
I think it's going to be a little more than that. I think it's going to be probably 36-30.
Okay. All right. I think that's a good one, Coach. That's a good one, Coach. Great picks from Coach Meighan. Here's Coach Bue's picks this week. We want to thank y'all for joining us. It's Coach Bue. Say we want to continue to ask you to be a living donor. Keep doing big things. Peace.